Hey, man, this Meg Thee Stallion Tory Lane situation is starting to heat up just a little bit. I didn't think we'd be here after a week, but we are here, and it's a lot to talk about. We're going to do that after a quick word from our sponsor. Want a live interview with Viral Hip Hop News? Email me, Sam Ant, at dlsmediainc1@gmail.com. Let's go. That's the dope thing about having your own platform. You can sponsor your damn self. Listen, if you're an artist or an entrepreneur, if you want your music or your brand promoted here on Viral Hip Hop News via an interview with me, Sam Ant, at Viral Hip Hop News, email me, dlsmediainc1@gmail.com to get the details. I'm also running a 3-month summer promotion, 3 consecutive months of nonstop promotion on Viral Hip Hop News. If you want a commercial with your brand in the front of all of my videos for the next 90 days, I suggest you email me, dlsmediainc1@gmail.com, to find out. Hell, that'll also be scrolling across the bottom throughout this piece of content. All right, so we had on attorney Al Shabazz last week, and she always gives just exceptional interviews. Broke down the Diddy trial better than anybody I think is doing on the internet. But there was a small piece of that interview, about 3 or 4 minutes long, where Miss Al Shabazz talked about Tory Lanez and talked about how she felt like his legal team was starting to rob him, railroad him, take money from him, because why wasn't certain information disposed earlier? And I agree with her, or I agreed with her, I should say, because at the time, we start hearing about these new testimonies, these new admissions, and all these people that want to come out and start clearing their soul because they don't like to see this man in jail, but didn't help him during the trial where it could have actually helped him not receive any time. So I'm looking like, all right, this is a little too late. And then they launched this website, bro. And I don't know if y'all seen this website, but it's called 36 Hours Later. And I had a small clip that I found of Meg Thee Stallion talking on a police cam after the fact. But this website, man, I tell you what, the shit has it all. I'm going to go ahead and share it with you guys, and we're going to break down some of these. Where is it? There you go. Bang. We're going to break some of this shit down, man, because this is wild. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but again, this is 36hourslater.com. This was put together by Tory Lanez's legal team, and it is an all-out assault on claiming their client's innocence. And there's a lot of videos, a lot of never-before-seen videos. They're currently on YouTube. We're going to watch them. We're going to take a look at them together. I watched one of the videos, the one I was going to show you. Did not see all of them, but we're going to watch them together live, and then we're going to go ahead and talk about it. Let's get it.
What's that?
Do you think we're gonna go to jail?
I don't know. We're trying to figure it all out. As long as you guys cooperate with us and you guys tell us what happened, we'll go accordingly, okay? But if you guys are not telling us, if you guys are, then I don't think...
I really cannot go to jail.
Okay.
I cannot have that on my image.
Okay. So how did that happen to you? Glass? Where?
Where we were coming from.
Hey, can we get a sheet or a bill?
I'm not from here, so I...
Okay.
That's the only place you got shot at?
Hmm?
That's the only place you got shot?
I didn't get shot.
Oh, you did it?
Oh, man. I mean, no, sir.
Yeah.
All right, so that's one of the videos. She says she stepped on glass. She said she did not get shot. Now, I also remember her saying that she didn't want to get anybody in trouble at the time. She definitely was worried. This was her words, worried about what would happen to Tory Lanez, a young black man, if she were to blame him for shooting her at the time. So I'm not sure if that was that, or if we were getting her lying to cover him up, or we were getting actual truth. I'm not sure. Just want to be fair, because she did say that as well. But let's see some more, because there's plenty of video left. Let's see what we got.
Any evidence of any shooting or anything? That's how we got dispatched.
Well, we have the gun here, and then we have other units. They're searching the house where it happened. So that's all we have so far.
So nothing happened in this vehicle.
No, we don't have any casings. No.
Okay, from what you've been told.
And then there's some cash over. Looks like.
Was the person who got caught with the other people here that you have in handcuffs? Were they all together?
They were all together.
Yes, they were all in the same car.
Okay. And then Do we know how she got cut? Or who cut her?
I believe when she stepped down, there's a glass
She dropped a glass bottle, and then I think she stepped on it and cut herself.
Okay.
Getting out of the vehicle.
Okay. So her friends didn't cut her then.
Right.
Well,
Video 3.
It's right down the floor.
yeah.
Blood on the ground.
Rear passengers step out of the vehicle. See your hands. Show us your hands. Come out with your hands up. Okay? Come out, people passenger with their hands up. Hands up. Alright, move back to the sound of my voice. Keep your hands up. Move back to the sound of my voice. Move back. Keep going. Keep going. Hey, stop. Move to the left. Keep moving.
It's right down the floor.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting. It kind of sounded like something fell as she opened the door. I don't want to speculate. Matter of fact, let's run that back.
It's right down the floor.
Passengers step out of the vehicle.
All right, so something fell. I don't know what it was. It could have been a purse. It could have been glass. I'm not sure. Something definitely fell. All right, video 4.
She cut herself when she stepped out.
Oh, shit. She cut herself when she stepped out. That was pretty quick. Video 5. 4B.
Move back to the sound of my voice.
Move back.
Oh, she cut herself.
Keep going.
Oh, she cut herself. Did she cut herself in that moment? Damn. All right, so then we got videos here. This is all, again, on 36hourslater.com, the website that her Tory Lanez legal team put out, fighting for this innocence. Now, we've seen this video. This was videos that were out. We didn't see this one, or I know I haven't, so we're going to play this one real quick and see what we got.
And so what happened with you were just one ball slip in the blood. I just got on back to evidence. So you were already hurt when you got into the room, and then at that point, your friends were already down when you went to the hospital.
All right, so this has a timeline on is stating how Megan contradicts herself. You guys can check that out. I'm not going to go ahead and go through all of this. I just want to play the videos. 36hourslater.com is where you can find all of this information. I'm assuming this is her interview with, what was her name? With it's right on the tip of my tongue. I forgot her name at the time right now, but y'all know who I'm talking about. Gayle King. That was her interview with Gayle King. Then we look like we got some slits on her feet. I got Tory Lanez. Eyewitness and physical evidence indicated physical fight between Meg and Pete and Kelsey Harris. Kelsey had open wounds and cuts on her leg that were actively bleeding. No injuries were reported on Tory Lanez. The fight was between the women. Okay, so that's what we're looking at right here. All right. And then what do we have here? Let's see.
Wait, no, it didn't. No?
They shot out of the car?
The windows were open, that's why it sounded like either way. Yeah, I didn't know they were on my side. The girl opened the door, 2 girls fighting, and then they shot. Okay. She got out of the car and crawled over here.
Hold on, here we go right there. 2 girls, yes. And when you say the 2 girls were fighting, could you describe to the jury what you observed, what they were doing, and what they were fighting about? Not about, but how were they fighting? Excuse me. They were pulling hair and hitting each other, and it was quite violent. This initially when you still only see the 2 girls, correct? And what happened at this point was the fight continued, was it stopped? They were fighting for a while because I told my son to come into the room and I asked him to get into my bed, and then they were fighting. They were bent over. What the fuck does that got to do with what he just said? Anyway, I thought it had something to do with it. Don't sound like it to me. But interesting. All right, that's Sean Kelly's statements to the investigator. The girl shoots. Sean Kelly describes the rear passenger. Okay, so that's him talking. And this just continues to go on. That's the Gayle King interview that we saw up top. Man, this is detailed as hell. This is detailed as hell. I'm not going to go through all of it. Kind of wanted to get the gist of what I got. And that was like the body cam footage and things like that. There's also testimony from Sean Kelly as well, if you guys are interested in checking that out. Man, oh man, this is wild. This is wild. I don't know what to believe, but the first reaction that I have is, where in the goddamn hell were all of these pieces of information, all of this evidence? This body cam footage just didn't come out. Like, you didn't have this shit prior to that could have got this brother off. Her saying a million times that she was cut by glass, whether she was trying to protect him or lying or not. You got her saying it a billion times. You got cops confirming that. You have no shell cases found and none of this shit. Where was the due diligence prior to all of this? It's just strange to me how all of this information comes pouring out now, and it wasn't around when it could have actually helped the brother. I don't know if he's guilty or not. The more I look and the more evidence that comes out is pointing more towards that the dude is innocent, to be perfectly honest with you. But what can we do about it now? And why are we having petitions and all this shit now? This seems like an extreme malpractice on the defense's part, not to be crushing with this evidence in court, not to be just drawing all this shit out. Now, I don't see a way that he could be found guilty if all of this was displayed in court. And if it was, then what kind of conspiracy do these brothers or these people really do have on Tory Lanez? Because something ain't adding up. The math ain't mathing at all. Interesting stuff. Again, that website is www.36hourslater.com. Go ahead and check that out in its entirety. It has transcripts. It has testimonies. It has video. Man, it is thorough, and it'll get you thinking. That's for damn sure. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Sam Ant, CEO of the brand Viral Hip Hop News. Leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Of course, like it. And if you deem it worthy enough for a share, I appreciate it if you did so. And there it is. Until next time, till next story, Sam Ant, CEO of the brand Viral Hip Hop News. I love each and every one of y'all. Love yourselves. And I'm out of here, man. Deuces.